AFTV, time to get into the player ratings. First of all, I've got to say it's a really, really disappointing performance by the whole of Arsenal's team today. I just could not understand how we were so flat. Was it tiredness? Was it that we thought we got the job done? Because we played a way better than that last week when we was over there in Olympiacos. That was a good away performance. And then we've just come here today. We've been flat, we've been lethargic. We haven't really put no balls in behind. It was so easy for Olympiacos to defend. They just set up everybody behind the ball. Nothing special. We've seen so many teams do it here this season, year in, year out. And Arsenal, we just didn't seem to have any energy or any, anything about us to break it down. So let's get into the player ratings. We are out of the Europa League. That is the fact of the matter. And it was very, very poor. Starting off in goal, Leno. He did make a really, really good save where he pushed it over the bar. He had been playing well, but I've got to mark him down. What is he doing at the end of the game? Game management. Put the ball into row Z. Do anything, man. You do not give away a corner. We conceded from a corner earlier on in the game. Every time they had a corner, they looked dangerous. They had like big players in there. Why are you going to give away a corner in the last seconds of the game? It is very, very, very poor game management. For me, it erased everything good that he'd done before. I know I interviewed a lot of fans tonight. They're saying don't get into him, and I'm not fully getting into him because he's been class for us this season. But when you analyse what went on, that was poor by Leno today. You've got to mark him down for that. I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10 for that mistake. Because basically that has led to us being out in a game that we'd won. Right back, Hector Bellerin, he had a really torrid time today. It's been a few games he's had a torrid time. He came back, he had a great game against Chelsea. He's been looking good, but he seems to be lacking a bit of pace at the moment. And he's getting done. He was misjudging balls today. Just wasn't a good performance by him today either. He got substituted in the end. Maybe, in hindsight, looking at it, maybe a Maitland-Niles might have been a better person to have started a game with tonight, because he has had a couple of poor games, Hector Bellerin. It is difficult for him. He's coming off the back of a horrific injury. It does take time to recover from that, but today he was poor. I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. Mustafi today, I thought of the defenders, he played well. I haven't been able to look back and see any sort of replays of the first goal to see what his positioning was like. It did seem like poor defending all round, and they had a free header for that first goal. But everything else Mustafi done, I thought he played pretty well today. And it was a good performance by him. But for the fact that we conceded, from that corner, and he is a centre-half, you've got to mark him down slightly for that. So I'll give him a 7 out of 10. But overall, again, another good performance by him, and hopefully he's not out injured for too long. Looked like he was holding his hamstring. Next to him, David Luiz. Again, how can you give him high marks? Because we've conceded from 2 set pieces. Done good bits throughout the game. As somebody said earlier, dealing with stuff on the floor, and that was good. But set pieces, again, we've conceded. 6 out of 10 for Luiz. Saka today wasn't his greatest game either. He tried to work hard. He tried to get a little corners in. He was getting caught in possession a few times. They were trying to put him under a lot of pressure. They knew that he was a vital player. He was outstanding last week in Greece, but bit iffy in patches today. Then at other times did well. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10 as well. Moving into the midfield, Xhaka today, okay, but again, at times very sloppy with his balls. Some of his passing he just weren't on it today. Had the physicality, and that was good, but just wasn't as solid as he's been in other games. I'll give Xhaka tonight a 5 out of 10. Ceballos today, interestingly, is how opinions go. A lot of fans were saying that they felt he had a good game, couldn't understand why he was taken off when he got taken off, I was calling for him to be taken off because I was like, he keeps giving the ball away. There was one time he tried to do a little back heel in the wrong area of the pitch, got caught. He was doing that a lot tonight. I thought he was very sloppy tonight. It did not surprise me when he came off. Worked hard, but weren't a great performance by him as well in the midfield. And I thought in the midfield we weren't good tonight. 5 out of 10 for him as well. Just in front of them, Ozil, again, not enough for me. These are the games where I look and I say, Ozil, over to you. Over to you. I was watching Man City play last night. It's a tight game. It's like De Bruyne, over to you, and he delivers. I'm like, tonight, this is tight. It's hard to break down. They're defending well. Over to you, Mesut. Didn't see enough. Somebody said it earlier when I was interviewing him. When his crosses, you just seem to clip it in. Whip it ball in. Have a shot sometimes. I didn't see that. 5 out of 10 for Mesut Ozil. Disappointing from him. Going out wide now, I thought Pepe was, like, for long periods of that game, was our only dangerous player. You know, but again, Pepe, get your shot off some. There was one time he twisted up the guy so much. Twisted up a guy about 8 times and then tried to twist him up again. Bang it. You know, but he was a threat all throughout the game. They were all very worried about him. It looked like if anything was going to happen, it might come from him. I think it was a decent performance by him. 6 out of 10 for him. Aubameyang on the other side, he got that all-important goal, but he wasn't getting the service. It wasn't his greatest of games, and then he missed that big chance at the end. You don't want to fault him, right, because he's a big moment player. He dealt with one big moment perfectly. The other big moment, you know, how can you blame Aubameyang? Give him a 7 out of 10. Lacazette, on the other hand, had a very poor game. You know, he was anonymous in the game. Then he got that one big chance. I don't know what he's doing with a header. We love Lacazette, but today he was very, very, very poor by his own high standards. And like many people said, was surprised that Martinelli didn't get on earlier. 4 out of 10 for Lacazette. He put in a shift in as he always does, but was just not effective in this game whatsoever. Going into the subs, Willock came on. I didn't think he made enough of an impact when he came on. I wanted to see him a bit braver on the ball. There was a couple of times he made a couple of driving runs, but continue those driving runs sometimes. Back yourself. Didn't really make much of an impact when he came on. I give him a 5 out of 10. Martinelli, on the other hand, he looked lively when he came on, and we was all like, why didn't he come on a lot earlier? Maybe he could have done a bit more. But 6 out of 10 goes to Martinelli. I don't know if we had any, was it the 2 subs? Did we have Torreira, sorry. Torreira, actually, I thought when he came on, he did all right. You know what I mean? He brought a bit of more control to the midfield, won a few tackles in there. Torreira did decent when he came on. 6 out of 10 for him. Arteta today, what can I say? Socrates. Yeah, Socrates came on for Mustafi. Again, you can't give him a high score because we've conceded. So 5 out of 10 for Socrates. Arteta, what can you say? How can you blame Arteta for that shocking performance by the players tonight? I think they've let him down. I really do. It's hard he's selected the strongest team. You know, they've let him down. What more can he do apart from go on the pitch and kick everyone? They let him down tonight. They really, really, especially at the end, once they've got back into the game, they really let him down. 6 out of 10 for Arteta. Maybe he should have made some of them substitutions earlier, but 6 out of 10 for him. The fans today, listen, the fans, I feel it for them. I'm devastated for them. You know, they've come out in their numbers and, wow, it's heartbreaking when you lose like that. It was nearly one of those situations when you win like that, it's brilliant because you know you haven't played well and you've snatched it. But then we got to be real. They deserve to win. They were the better team. I know Ty, he's still behind the camera. He's still behind the camera nodding and shaking his head. They deserve to win. But the fans, they were great tonight. We'll give the fans an 8 out of 10. The referee, I thought, is very picky tonight. He's picking this, picking that, stopping that. But at the end of the day, can't blame him for anything. 7 out of 10 for the ref. And that's it. We are out of the Europa League. European football is finished. You know what I mean? No more air miles for me, right? Or for Brennan, right? There's no more. Our travelling is going to be around the UK, right? And it's really, really disappointing. You know what I mean? This is a competition that we could have won. You look at the, Ajax have gone out tonight as well. You look at it and you say in the rest of the competition, the big teams left in it would have been us, Man United and Inter Milan. And we've blown it. We've blown a big chance to go far in this competition. But hey, maybe that's a blessing in disguise. 1 game a week. Maybe we can have a push to get into the top 4 or 5, which could be a Champions League place for next season, or even top 6. Do we really want to get back in this competition? Who knows? But that's it.